We are back with the Premier League Game Week 31 predictions. I'm recording this before the Game Week 30 matches, so bear in mind with a few of the stats and the scores as the games are happening today on the day I'm recording this. So let's get right into it. We have Everton versus Arsenal. This game's going to be a decent one, so let's get started with Everton. They've been doing decent this season. Form-wise, they have been pretty decent. Last game they played West Ham and they drew 1-1. Obviously, they will have played Liverpool after this video is out, so we'll see if they managed to get a point or if they won or lost or something like that. And under David Moyes, they've been doing a lot better. Personally, that's what I think. They have been getting quite a few draws, but still getting points out of their games, and the team just seems to be a lot more balanced as well. Onto Arsenal, they have been doing well this season. Form-wise, they've been decent as well. And last game they played Chelsea and they won 1-0. We dominated Chelsea fully in that game, man. Chelsea were not the best in that match. Now Bukayo Saka is back, which is huge for us, especially for us in the Champions League, as we will face off against Real Madrid in the quarterfinals. Now Odegaard has also been stepping up his performances recently, which is very good for both Norway and Arsenal. But my prediction is going to be a 2-0 win or Arsenal. Moving on to Ipswich versus Wolves. I have a feeling this game is going to be tight, so let's get started with Ipswich. They have not been the best this season. Form-wise, as of recent, it has been a struggle for them. Currently sitting in 18th place, playing some pretty nice football, but like it is with almost every other team in the relegation zone, they do play alright football, just the results aren't there. Della Pistol down a bit in terms of scoring as well, so they are at massive risk of going back down, which sucks because honestly they have been alright this season. Onto Wolves, they've been not the best this season, sitting in 17th place at the moment, right above Ipswich, and form-wise they've been alright. Like last game they played Southampton and they won 2-1, and there are rumors that Cunha wants to move. He did say he wants to challenge for titles, so it kind of makes sense. Now my prediction is going to be a 2-1 win for Wolves. Moving on to Crystal Palace versus Brighton. This game's going to be very underrated, so let's get started with Crystal Palace. They have been decent this season. Form-wise, they have stepped it up as well recently. Like last game, they played Ipswich Town. They won 1-0. One win I was impressed with was the 4-1 win against Aston Villa. That was a huge one, and Mateta is reportedly back from his injury as well. He got cleated in the head and it was looking awful, so he had to get stretchered off, I believe, and thankfully he is okay. And Eze has been stepping up his performances recently as well, which is good, just in time for the Brighton game. Now onto Brighton, they've been doing quite alright this season. I think one of the most underrated teams in the competition, currently sitting in 7th place and pushing for the top 5, so their form has been pretty good, to be fair. Like last game they played Man City and they held their own, managed to draw that game 2-2, which is a solid result, and Joao Pedro has been one of the key players in the team for Brighton. Now my prediction is going to be a 1-1 draw between the two. Moving on to West Ham versus Bournemouth. This game is going to be a good one. That's what I think personally, so let's get started with West Ham. They've been doing not too good though. Like their form has been a bit on and off. Last game we played Everton and they drew 1-1, and honestly Graham Potter, he has done a decent job. You could tell the difference in the style of play and the way they play currently, but the results need to get better. Onto Bournemouth, they have been doing a lot better this season. Their form as of recent has not been going well. Like last game they lost 2-1 against Brentford, but Cliver has been so key for them in terms of attacking wise, like goals, assists. He's been getting involved, and Dean Huijsen is a incredible young center back. He's been doing phenomenal this season. He is on the radar of Real Madrid as well. So Bournemouth are super underrated in my opinion, and I think they could possibly get a European spot. They have beaten top teams in the Prem like Arsenal, Man City. Wouldn't consider Tottenham a big team this season, but you know, my prediction is going to be a 2-0 win for Bournemouth. Aston Villa versus Nottingham Forest. Now, this game's probably one of the best games we have this week. Now, this game is going to be top game. So let's get started with Aston Villa. They've been doing alright this season, currently sitting in 9th place. Form-wise, it's been going not that bad for them. But last game, they played Brentford and they won 1-0. Morgan Rogers. This guy has been having himself a pretty solid season. Like, he's been involved in a lot of goals for Aston Villa, and in case you are wondering why Villa are doing a little worse in the Premier League, they are in the quarterfinals of the Champions League, so they're probably mainly focusing on that. On to Nottingham Forest. They've been doing very well this season, currently sitting in 3rd place in the league, and form-wise they've been doing quite well. Last game they played Ipswich and they won 4-2. By the time this is uploaded, we will know if they have beaten Manchester United or if they have lost or gotten a point. But Chris Wood, I've spoken about this guy almost every single video. He's been on fire for them this season. Defensively, Nottingham Forest have been very good this season as well, and Nuno Santos has turned the club around. Massive credit to him. He's done a phenomenal job. My prediction is going to be a 2-1 win or Nottingham Forest. Moving on to Tottenham versus Southampton. This game should be going one way. So let's get started with Tottenham. They have been not too good this season. They have sat in the 14th place spot for quite a few weeks, or 14th or 15th. Very tough time for the club right now. Form-wise, it's been not good for them. Like last game they played Fulham and they lost 2-0. So their only chance at winning something right now is winning the Europa League. And onto Southampton, they have been pretty horrible this season. They literally are sat dead last in the league. Form-wise, it's been horrible for Southampton. Last game they played Wolves and they lost 2-1. Unfortunately, it looks like they are gonna get relegated. I think they're probably one of the worst teams we have seen in the league for a while. Now my prediction is going to be a 2-0 win for Tottenham. Moving on to Brentford versus Chelsea. This game is going to be quite a underrated one, so let's get started with Brentford. They've been decent this season. Form-wise, they've been doing alright. Last game they played a very good Bournemouth side and they managed to beat that Bournemouth side 2-1. That was pretty surprising. And Buemo has been such a key player in that team. Wissa has been very key in that team as well. And on to Chelsea. They have been doing alright this season. Currently, they are sat in 4th place. Form-wise, it's been on and off for them, like winning some games, losing some games. Last game, they played Arsenal and they lost 1-0. So they had no urgency going forward, and honestly, it looked terrible. Probably one of the worst performances we have seen under Maresca. Now my prediction is going to be a 2-1 win for Chelsea. Moving on to Fulham versus Liverpool. This game is going to be such a solid game. So let's get started with Fulham. They've been doing quite alright this season. Currently they are sat in 8th place, and form-wise, it's been alright for them. Like last game they played Tottenham and they won 2-0. I do believe they are facing one of the best teams in the world, Liverpool. One of the most underrated teams in the league is Fulham. Marco Silva has done very well with this team. Jimenez has managed to turn his career around fully this season at Fulham, so we love to see that. Onto Liverpool, they have been phenomenal this season. Personally, probably the best team in the league at the moment. Sat 12 points clear at the top of the league, and form-wise, they've been pretty decent. Last game they played Southampton. They won 3-1. Mo Salah has been putting up incredible numbers this season. The Ballon d'Or might be in contention for him, but since they're out of the Champions League, I think he has dropped a few places down. I do believe Chiesa deserves a chance at the striker or center forward position, because in that final against Newcastle, he's the only goal scorer that scored in that game. I do believe he should get a chance in that team. Now my prediction is going to be a 3-1 win for Liverpool. Manchester United versus Manchester City. This game is going to be a great Manchester derby, so let's get started with Manchester United. They have not been doing the best this season. Currently, they are sitting in 13th place. They haven't been doing too bad. Like last game, they played Leicester and they won 3-0. And Bruno has been such a key player for them as well. He has chipped in with important goals and assists as well. So Højlund, that guy has not been the best this season. He has not been scoring much as well when they really need goals as well. He has not stepped up. Onto Man City, they have been doing alright this season. Sure, they are doing a little worse for their standards, but they're currently sitting in 5th place, pushing for Champions League football. So their form has been a little rough recently. Like last game, they played Brighton and they drew 2-2. But Marmoush has been doing quite well at the club already, so he's kind of settled in quite good. And we got the news that Haaland will be out until like the near end of the season, which is a huge blow. He's going to miss the FA Cup semi-final, going to miss potentially helping his team going into the Champions League and fighting for that 5th place spot. So they're going to have to deal without Haaland now. So my prediction is going to be a 2-1 win for Man City. And the last and final game is going to be Leicester versus Newcastle. This game should go one way in my opinion, so let's get started with Leicester. They have been doing not too good this season. Currently they're sat in 19th place, so their form has been pretty terrible for being honest. Last game, as I mentioned before, they played Manchester United and they lost 3-0. This team is struggling massively offensively and defensively. Ruud van Nistelrooy really needs to adjust something, specifically tactics wise, because I don't know what's going on with this club. Vardy has not been scoring as well, so something needs to change there. Now onto Newcastle. They've been doing quite well. Currently they are sat in 6th place, so they are pushing for that Champions League spot, which is their aim realistically. And form wise, they've been on and off. Like last game they played West Ham and they won 1-0, which is a good result. Isak has been such a key scorer for them. Very solid defensively this team is as well. The setup defensively is incredible. They set up in like that mid block, which works very well. That's why Arsenal struggle against them when we play against them. And the pace on Isak and Gordon on the counter is very dangerous. I think a majority of their goals come from counters just because of the pace up front from Gordon and Isak. Now my prediction is going to be a 2-0 win for Newcastle. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy the video. Don't forget to drop a like, comment down below all your predictions for these games, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.